We're the Wades, and we just traded our traditional life in Michigan for a life of adventure in Maine. As we examined our life in the suburbs, we realized something was missing. We felt so disconnected from the world around us, and we craved connection to the outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a drastic change, and fast.
If you didn't see our last video, here's the Cliff Notes. We visited Maine for the first time last summer to see if we liked it. To get the best feel for the state, we split it up into two main stops, the Forks in the north and Acadia National Park in the south. After a few amazing days in the Forks, we headed downstate towards Acadia. As this was the first time seeing the park, we really didn't know what to expect, but I can tell you for sure that we weren't expecting that.
We made it to Acadia. The campground is gorgeous. This place is breathtaking. It's incredible. We went to the front. They gave us all our information.
We're here right now. Office hours are 8 to 6. The gathering place is where you'll get Wi-Fi. There's no password. You just log on. It's available all day long in the building. There's ice cream available during the evening hours, and during the morning hours there are baked goods and coffee. I think that's it.
All right, great. We drove down to the site and we started to set up camp. We made really good time. Oh my God, I should mention that. So the drive here was nuts.
Our navigation took us on a back road that cut across the state that was pretty much just a 2-track dirt path for 13 miles.
Okay, it's getting worse.
And if that wasn't bad enough, it had also been raining for a few days, so the road was pretty worn, muddy, and parts of it were washed out.
It's just rough terrain ahead.
There was a dip in the road that the car couldn't handle. So we started collecting every flat rock and piece of bark that we could find and piled it up to make a makeshift ramp. After about 15 minutes of being stuck in complete wilderness, we finally managed to push through and get the car out.
But now we got here, we got to our site and we started setting up camp, which we didn't really have to do last time because we had the tent cabin. And as soon as we started to set up, we realized we did not have any of our tent poles.
Where are the poles? We gotta go buy a tent.
So we drove to Walmart for the second time today and got a new tent.
The most random list I've ever made. Can we get tricky?
We also got some pillows since we had forgotten those. And we finally got camp all set up and we're feeling good. So now we have about an hour to kill before the little store opens up here, and then we're gonna get ice and get some ice cream and kind of chill for a little bit. So right now we're actually gonna go scope out the island and try to figure out like what our plan is for tomorrow, where we're gonna park, how early we have to get there, all that.
We spent the rest of the evening exploring Mount Desert Island, finishing setting up camp, and preparing for the day ahead, which was going to start very early.
So last night we got everything ready for our hikes today. Got our lunches packed and our snacks packed and all that. So we just get up early this morning. We started out at Sand Beach, which sounds like a pointless name, but I think it's the only beach here that actually has sand. Wow.
Wow. Beach is like untouched.
Because of that, the parking lot fills up really, really fast. So we were trying to get out as quickly as possible this morning so that we could get a spot. And there were only 3 spots left when we pulled in, and there were definitely people behind us. So we were very, very thankful, very lucky with our timing. We're able to get some of the last spots here. So we are now doing the Ocean Pass or Ocean Trail. I think it's Ocean Pass trail hike. which is the trail right along the ocean. So we're doing that. We're hiking out to Thunder Hole, I believe. Right? It's Thunder Hole?
Thunder Hole?
Thunder Hole. And what is this called? Ocean Pass?
Ocean Path.
Ocean Path.
The Ocean Path.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you having a good time?
I love exploring. Having a great time.
God, this is incredible.
I know.
Oh, back up to the road. Whew. It's really, it's your heart going a lot more than I thought it would.
We've gone 0.05 miles probably.
Yeah.
Wow.
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 Oh my God. It's just incredible. Well, we made it not very far, and I realized that I left my phone and keys in the bathroom. So we're walking back now. Fun.
Let's get one of you. That'd be great. Yeah. Thank you. Do you want to use your phone or my phone?
Doesn't matter.
Sure. Get out of the picture.
Yes.
It's always best when you're stupid.
Thank you so much.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you.
It's like quite a spot.
Yeah.
That is the
Definitely
spot.
you
We made our way down the path towards Thunder Hole, stopping frequently to take in the sights.
Oh, that's awesome. Are you gonna go out there? All right. Whoa. Oh.
Eventually, we made it through the sea of people to see the famous spot.
Whoa. Is it in there?
That's it.
That's it.
Thunder Hole. She's thundering.
We then hiked back to Sand Beach for lunch.
Oh, this is fun.
We headed back to the campsite real quick to regroup before heading out to Ship Harbor and Wonderland for tide pooling.
Lex, come here.
I see it.
Is that a crab?
It's a. Yes,
It's a crab.
it's a crab.
It's a crab.
I thought it was a turtle for a second.
I thought so too. I thought it was a dead turtle and then I wasn't going to tell you. But it's a crab.
Hi, buddy.
Wow.
We both spent the rest of the day in heaven as Lex searched the tide pools for anything interesting, which was everything, and I took videos of all of it. In the interest of not making this vlog 2 hours long, I'll just say this. This was some of the most fun we had all trip, and we both could have stayed out there all day. We played on the rocks for a couple hours before heading back to camp and crashing for the night.
How did we have a mouse before and a chipmunk now? Hey. Stop.
Keith, I don't think the chipmunk's gonna respond to your verbal commands. Go.
No.
Yes.
Good, good.
After we narrowly survived the chipmunk encounter, we headed up to the gathering place to get some breakfast.
I'll do the coffee cake, please. You got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We then went to the front to pick up our paddleboards.
Okay.
To get all the... Yeah, take it. Leash goes in there.
Alright.
You good?
This is awesome. I get it. Okay. Wow. Nice. Nice job.
When we got back to the dock, we saw an adorable family catching crabs, and they so kindly showed us how to hold the crabs without getting pinched.
Neither of us have been paddleboarding before. It was a really, really cool experience. We were both very pleasantly surprised by how much we enjoyed it. I mean, it just felt like you were sitting or standing on the water. It felt very different than kayaking, which was a really cool thing. And then we went back to the site, had some lunch, hung out for a little bit, set up our hammocks, sat in the hammocks for a little while. And now we are headed out to tide pool again. Low tide is in, I think, about an hour, hour and a half. I think the window is basically for the next 3 hours. It's 1:37 right now, and I think it starts at 1:30. It's the beginning of low tide, and then we'll peak in about an hour or so, and then we have another hour, hour and a half after that. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, I wasn't
Here's a
expecting
cute
this.
flower if you want that.
Is that another island right there?
I believe.
Or another part of the land?
Yeah.
That
So I think
is
this
so
is just farther down from where we came yesterday.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
this is such a gorgeous view. I'm so glad we did this.
Yeah.
Should have worn
Should have worn
closed-toed
shoes.
shoes.
Yep. This was a mistake. Now we know to not do this.
Candlesticks and battened hatches, deck of cards and waterproof matches. We'll sail on through the storm, come what may. We got all we need, no reason to be afraid. When the world's been raining, 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 cats and dogs.
For our last day in Acadia, we were headed to Jordan Pond, with a stop along the way at the Wild Gardens.
Oh, here we go. Chamiparasolinum canadense. Canadense.
Canadians. Love the wild work area.
And the famous exits.
I've always wanted to go to Exit.
Ooh, cool. We love a wattle fence.
So what is it?
It's a fence.
Cool.
Just throw some branches in there between some bigger branches,
All right.
and you've got yourself a wattle fence.
We just got done at the little gardens here, and now we're on our way to Jordan Pond. Still just keep going.
Yep.
We did eventually make it to the Jordan Pond house, where we swapped the camera for the GoPro and headed out on the 3-mile-long trail along the Jordan Pond shoreline.
There's Jordan Pond.
Shortly after we began the hike, we noticed many people turning around and heading in as it began to rain. Knowing this was our last day here and unsure if we'd ever return to Acadia, we didn't want to miss the opportunity, so we made the decision to keep going no matter the weather.
Man, it is really coming down now.
Wow, look at it all hitting the water.
Wow. Whew. It's getting pretty heavy out here. Ooh, it's starting to get soaked through to where I feel water on my body.
Oh no.
These pants are getting wet.
Yeah, my legs are
Oh, yeah. Should we keep going? Is this done?
No, we should keep going.
Okay.
Even though it was pouring rain, all our clothes were soaked, and we could barely see, this was still such a fun day. We'd accepted our fate early on, pushed through, and at this point we virtually had the place to ourselves.
What a trip. What a trip. It's still incredible though.
After the rainy hike, we dried ourselves off as best as we could with the hand dryers in the restroom before heading to Jordan Pond House for tea and their famous popovers.
You meant this one?
Yeah.
We were thrilled to warm up and couldn't help but laugh at our misery when we were sat at a table near a leaky window, which sprayed water all over us throughout our meal. Reservations are difficult to get here, so we stuck it out and laughed our way through it.
Oh, we're getting dessert. We didn't come here to fuck around.
We couldn't be happier to live just 2 hours from Acadia National Park now. We already have another trip booked to go back this October to see a whole different version of the park during the fall season.
And all of that is just to say, it has been a crazy journey that led us here. But we are very, very happy with where we're at. As always, thank you for joining us on our journey. Keep enjoying your life.
Take me back to that mountain road, the one that led to the swimming pool, the fish I caught with my line.